Hey everyone, I'm so excited to be talking today about my new book, American Gatherings. The fabric line has just reached the stores. We're waiting impatiently for the pre-cuts to come, but I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about the book and go through the quilts, show the quilting, maybe a little inspiration about why I made this or chose this, and just go through everything so you know what's all in the book. All the projects that I'm going to talk about today are in this book called American Gatherings. It's fresh off the copier, all ready for you to create all kinds of patriotic designs. There are 10 quilts, 4 projects for the tables or pincushion. The book is full color. It is bound so it lies flat. We all love that. And then it has full-size templates in the back as well. So I'm going to start with showing you all the projects in the book. All right, I'm going to start with the smaller projects first. Here we have a table runner called Salute. Now this table runner is 16 by 38, and we have quilted it with kind of like a orange peel variation, an all over design. And we used a cream thread because the project is mostly cream. And I can just see this on a nice table. I think it'll fit any size table. So just a little decoration in the middle, and it's perfect for your 4th of July or pretty much all summer long to decorate your table. All right. Then next up, we have American Bouquet. Check out this. Now, new to my fabric line is a new pre-cut called Honeycombs. So there are 240 pre-cut hexagons in each one of the packages. So this only used one package of those pre-cuts. American Bouquet is 35 by 36. And we have put it on a grunge just for a little bit of a different look to add to the red, white, and blue. But if you want to stick with the red, white, and blue, this could easily be on a cream background. And this one was custom quilted by Valerie Krieger out of Las Vegas, Nevada. And she did a cute little quilting in the flowers, and then a crosshatch grid over the rest of it. And I'll just show you the backing as well. This one has a red back. Super fun. It would look wonderful on a nice round table. Then we have a pincushion. So this is a small little American pincushion. Just simple wool applique, some Valdani thread. I did some fun little bullion knots here. Super cute little pincushion. And filled with sand. I like to use clean play sand in my pincushions. And we do sell that at Primitive Gatherings, already packaged for you. So that's that. And then one of my favorite projects in the book is this penny mat. And once you make one penny mat, you kind of get hooked on how fun and easy they are. And I think we did a really cool tutorial on how to hook the pennies together, on how to stitch them. So look for that on our YouTube channel as well. So this is not going to intimidate you at all because we already have a really fun tutorial explaining how to do that. But again, this will make a stunning impression on one of your tables. All right, it's time to show you the quilts. The first one I have to show is called Oh My Stars. And Oh My Stars is 54 by 54. Now this quilt is fun, nice lap quilt, could be a great wall quilt as well. And the blocks are about 6 inches, so not too difficult, but not big and clunky. So it makes a nice pattern. And you You can tell we machine quilted it with kind of the tan thread so it doesn't pop out. So kind of keep in mind that your thread color is very important when you quilt quilts that are light and dark. I like to make the thread a little bit more subdued, and the boys did a wonderful job of overall quilting this. This quilt is a redesign. So one of my first quilts that I ever did was from a magazine, American Patchwork and Quilting. And I want to show you. So this is like my first real quilt that I ever did. And these are 8-inch blocks. And then here's where I put that little red star from Oh My Star. So I added a star in the alternating block. So this quilt is just made up of 2 blocks. And back then I hand quilted this. So if you can see the hand quilting, and I didn't really know what I was doing, so I did some funny stuff. Funny because when I look at it now, it's nothing I would do, but I stitched these little diamonds in those flying geese. But when you're first starting off, you just do what you think you should do. And I'm very proud of this little quilt. So I'm glad I was able to share that with you. And again, here's a look at the new recreation with the star in the middle. All right, so then next up, we have Charming American. Now, Charming American is made with 5 charm packs and then a border. Or no, 5 charm packs, nothing else. Everything is just cut and laid out in rows and stitched. So we have the same quilting pattern as we did on the last one, but it's a very nice, effective quilting pattern overall. And I love the use of the stripe for the binding. And I'll just peek over and show you what we put on the back. So this is a very simple quilt. A beginner could easily stitch this. And in a book, we like to do all kinds of levels, not just everything super hard. So let's talk about this pillow as well. We called it the quilt block pillow, real original, right? So right in here, we just added a quilt block and then pieced a nice flag. Beautiful machine quilting on here with some shells. Kind of a traditional clamshell pattern. And then on all of my pillows, I like to put a zipper in the back. So I have done that here as well. So I did quilt the front, but I did not quilt the back of the pillow. But I did put a little bit of stabilizer interfacing on the back part of that. So super cute pillow. All right, first over here we have Pioneer quilt. Pioneer is 76 by 88, so a nice sized quilt here. We put a traditional Baptist fan on it with machine quilting, and this is super fun with the alternating blue rose and red rose, alternating with the lights. One of the favorites in the quilt, and I love how small we made this little snowball block here. Makes it a little extra special. Next up we have American Outlander. Now previously to this, in one of my last books, I did Outlander as a quilt. Now this one I call American Outlander because it's using the same shape that I used in the previous quilt. And we do have templates that you're able to purchase to make this quilt here. And they are also included in the book. So if you like to cut with a acrylic template, or if you want to just put these on your fabrics and cut with the paper ones, you can do that as well. So here is the other bigger template. So those are all included in our book. And the big template is here, the little template is here, And this is one big block that includes 2 of those diamonds there. So how fun is that? So this is a recreation of an antique quilt that I have, and we will be doing a little revisiting of those antique quilts that inspired this type of string piecing. Kaylee and I will do a whole big tutorial on that and show those antique quilts that we use for inspiration. So this is just string pieced and then trimmed with the template and then assembled. And we'll show you how to do these Y seams here. Don't be afraid of them. They're really a lot more simple than what you think. All right, now we're gonna head on over here to Red, White, and True. It is 67 by 70 inches. It consists of 20 American flags, repeated, just the fabric changes in each flag. And very simple, very fun, kind of different. This one has a blue background. And we are going to be doing a quilt along with this block, and then this will change each time that we do a different week's block. So look for that quilt along coming up soon. Continuing on, we have American Zigzag. This is a super fun little quilt that features honey buns, I believe 2, and then everything is already pre-cut for you. So we starch those honey buns, stitch them together, and then subcut them, and the quilt goes together very fast and easy. Next up, let's talk about Stately. Stately, I have to show you full out because the quilting is amazing. Custom quilted by Linda Hershka. Stately is featuring 5 mini charms and 1 background. And can you kind of see how I picked a much brighter background than the cream that's in here? And I did that on purpose so there would be a difference between the creams. But 5 mini charm packs and a background is all it takes to make this breathtaking quilt. I also want to point out that any of the quilts in the book can be made in a different color scheme. So just because we've chosen red, white, and blue doesn't mean that you have to do of them all in red, white, and blue. Here's the same quilt pieced and quilted by Kathy Decker, and she just used Red Work Gatherings mini charms and 1 background. Very versatile. All right, so next up we have America Rolls On, a jelly roll quilt here, and all it is 9 patches, simply sewn together, and then it makes a 4 block, and then it repeats red and blue. We all love making quilts out of pre-cuts. And then we have over here Sweet Land of Liberty. I'm gonna pull it a little bit this way. I love these new quilt hangers we have. All right, so a little bit of wool applique, nice big blocks, great bed quilt, beautifully quilted in a larger Baptist fan. And this one is 78 by 94. So for sure, a nice full-size bed quilt. And it probably could be laid across a queen, being 94 inches. Thanks for hanging out with me today and visiting all the quilts and projects in American Gatherings book. However, there is one little special surprise that I have for you. We did do 1 single pattern with the American Gatherings line, and it is a Moda kit that comes in a beautiful box. However, they did not come in yet, So this is kind of a sneak peek about the one pattern that we have available for American gatherings. So it's called Our Flag Stands for Freedom. Beautiful, beautiful quilt. Kind of based on a 9-patch with stars. Quilted by Valerie Krieger. And there is something super special about this box kit from Moda, and that is it comes with enough fabric to make a mini version as well. And what was really funny about this is Tammy Vonderschmidt from Moda, she also stitched this quilt, and she actually made even another mini one size down from this one as well. So there is lots of fabric in your kit, so you can make a couple different projects with this kit from Moda. Our American Gatherings pattern book is available now at primitivegatherings.us, or look for it in your local quilt shop as well, and ask about if they are going to participate in our American Quilters Stitch Along.